Hello everyone, this is Beware the Q. I hope you're all doing well. I'm making this video because I just got finished watching the Afterman documentary from the 1990s. Now, for those of you who don't know, Afterman is a speculative biology book written by Dougal Dixon, and there is actually a documentary version of it as well. Now, this documentary, it was only ever released in Japan, and as such it is in the Japanese language. Dougal Dixon does make several appearances throughout the documentary. It's a one-off special, so it's not like a long series or anything. He turns up every now and then and does a brief interlude, sort of giving an explanation of what you've just seen or what's coming up next. However, he is dubbed by a Japanese narrator, and of course it's narrated in Japanese throughout the whole thing, and all the on-screen text is also in Japanese. However, you don't have to be able to speak Japanese to be able to really enjoy and appreciate it. Now, I'm going to talk about the things that I really liked about it, and maybe if they come to mind, a few things that I wasn't too keen on. However, there wasn't really anything not to like in this. It was really charming, really interesting, it was really well done. Okay, so let's start with some of the interesting things and some of the things that make this one unique when compared to other Spec Evo documentaries. Ones I've talked about recently, like Cosmic Safari and The Future is Wild. This one has, depending on what you like when it comes to animation, this might have a bit of an edge. If you are a fan of stop motion, like I am a big fan of stop motion, claymation, go motion, whatever you want to call it. I prefer the term stop motion. I'm a real big fan of it because I really enjoy, for example, the work of Ray Harryhausen. He animated in stop motion, using stop motion, I should say. He did work on Jason and the Argonauts. One of my favourite films, actually. That's and you know, you may be familiar with the walking skeletons who are fighting Jason and his guys. Another popular movie that you may be familiar with that also uses stop motion and has stop motion dinosaurs in it is the Hammer film from the 1960s called 1 Million Years BC. A brilliant film, another one of my favourites, and so, with me being such a fan of these kinds of this kind of animation style, this animation method, you could see why I was such a big fan of the Afterman documentary. It had some excellent renditions, versions of species from the book. I'll give you the list of all the species that appear. I did make a note of every single one. Obviously, not every species from the book appears, because the book has, I don't know, it probably has a couple hundred or something. It's got quite a few. So these are the ones that appear. You've got the surf bat, the desert leaper, the night stalker, the rabbuk, the gigantelope, the horain, the raboon, the gole, the phalanx, the chirrit, the tree drummer, the clatter, the striger, the parashrew, and the twachute. So you've got quite an eclectic mix there, a few different things, a good variety. Some of them do appear quite different in this medium compared to how they look in the book. Now, there was probably good reasons for that. It may have been that they couldn't find the right paint or the right materials to bring them to life. However, it was really cool to see them in action, because all we have at the moment, not all we have at the moment, but all I was aware of, I should say, previously was what was in the book. And it was paintings, and obviously, the paintings, illustrations, what have you from the book, they're all incredible, they are really good. But it was really, really cool to see them in action, doing their thing. Seeing the night stalker hunting and the surf bat swimming around, catching its prey. The chirrit, up in the trees doing what it does. Same with the tree drummer. Parashrews all gliding down from the sky. It was quite a sight to behold, really. I really liked it. It doesn't just have stop motion footage of the species from the book either. There are some sequences involving dinosaurs as well. Now, obviously, with it being in Japanese, I couldn't really understand what they were saying when that came up, but those sequences had obviously been specially made for this documentary. They would have pertained to something, they would have had something to do with what they were saying, but obviously I couldn't understand what they were saying, so I don't really know what the context is for that. Still really cool to see though. I mean, dino action in stop motion, who doesn't love that? I certainly enjoyed it. I also feel that we should cherish this documentary, even though it's extremely rare, because the only way I was able to watch it was I found it on YouTube. I'll put a link to the playlist in the description below. Basically, it's in parts. It's in about 13 parts. Each video is between each is between sort of 5 and 10 minutes long, more or less. It's some of it might be a bit hard to watch because the resolution is 240p, and it may be a bit hard on your eyes. Me personally, I'm not that fussed when it comes to resolution of things. It doesn't have to be in crystal clear 8K or anything for me to enjoy it. My physical media of choice is DVDs. You may have seen the community post that I put up a few hours ago today before this video goes live, and you know, those are DVDs of Alien Planet, which is based on Wayne Barlow's expedition, and another one called Extraterrestrial Alien Worlds. I love DVDs. I don't, you know, not everything has to be in HD for me. For a lot of people, though, 240p, that might be pushing it. And the videos are very heavily pixelated too. At times, it is quite difficult to see what's going on. But obviously, that's not a criticism of the documentary. That's nothing to do with the documentary itself, just the quality of the uploads. But I will put the link in the description anyway, so you can go ahead and watch that and, you know, enjoy it as well if you're able to get past the rather subpar quality of the videos. I'm just thankful for it being there because it's very rare, and this was the only place I was able to find it. I couldn't find it anywhere online. There doesn't seem to be any, it doesn't seem like it was ever released on DVD. There's certain websites that I sometimes use to watch things, stream things for free. It wasn't on any of those either. So I don't know where this person got it from. These videos were uploaded about 14 years ago. I don't know where they got them from, but I am glad they found them, and I'm really glad that they uploaded them because it probably would have been my only chance, and a lot of people's only chance to actually watch it. And also, with it being an older documentary, an older, you know, TV special, CGI is nowhere to be seen. I think it came out in 1991, so that means Jurassic Park, the film you're all obviously familiar with, and the film that put CGI on the map and made it a viable option for bringing creatures and dinosaurs and animals and all sorts of things to life in films. That was still 2 years in the future. CGI is not in this documentary like it is in Cosmic Safari and The Future is Wild. But I think that is, it's nice to see something that uses practical effects. I love practical effects. It's a mix of, like I said before, stop motion, and it has a lot of puppetry as well. It uses puppets when it sort of has a close-up of a creature's face or head. It need this, you know, what I would really like to do is to somehow translate this documentary into English somehow. I mean, what I was doing throughout watching it is when there was a creature that came up, and I was like, what is that? I can't remember that because I've only read through Afterman once and I don't know all of the creatures from it. Whenever one would come up, obviously the name would come up at the bottom, but it was written in either hiragana or katakana or kanji. I know those are the different writing methods in Japanese, but I think it may have been a mix of all three. Whenever that happened, luckily I have the Google Translate app on my phone. I would pause the video and, you know, use the picture, the photo function, hover over that text on the video on my laptop screen, and it would translate fairly well. It would give me a clue as to what it was. I could then go to my Afterman book that I've got, go and search the index at the back and try and find the creature and then find the page it was on. That was what I had to do for quite a few of these, actually, because obviously they were talking in Japanese, and, you know, a name like goal or Harain or something, that that just blended in with the rest of the speech for me, because, you know, I don't speak Japanese. So, but that's what I had to do to find a lot of these things and find out what they were called. I would really like to maybe utilize that Translate app, or maybe find some sort of translation software or something and translate it into English. Maybe I could dub it, you know, the narration or something. Obviously, this wouldn't be for profit or anything. This would just be something I'd upload to YouTube or upload somewhere so that everyone can watch it, and, you know, really know what was going on, basically, because I didn't really know what was going on a lot of the time. That's something else I'd like to do. You know, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent, actually. I do apologise, but, you know, I'm just rambling here. I like to ramble. I'd like to do that with Dougal Dixon's other book, called Green World, and that was also only released in Japan. He seems to be very popular in Japan, does Dougal Dixon. If I was to be able to get hold of a copy of Green World, which seems impossible, by the way, I've looked and I can't find it anywhere, I think it would be called, again, use that Google Translate app, hover over every page, translate it into English. Obviously the translation won't be great, so it would require some editing and some rewording and things to try and get the meaning across. And I would like to make that available to people as well. That's possibly a project for the future. Again, it wouldn't be for profit. It would simply be to get it out there so that more people can enjoy it. That's something else I'd like to do. Anyway, back to the topic at hand, the Afterman documentary. Yes, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the animation. I enjoyed the look of it. You know, I love 90s documentaries, about all kinds of things, not just Spec Evo, but all kinds of, wildlife documentaries and, just all sorts of things from the 90s, classic Discovery Channel type stuff is, I'll watch that all day. That's why I'm really looking forward to watching the Alien Planet DVD that arrived today that I talked about, I put in my community post, because that is Discovery Channel. It's not from the 90s though, it's from about 2005 or 2006, but still vintage Discovery Channel. I'm there for it. So basically, yeah, so that's basically my thoughts on this. I'm sorry if it came across very, very rambly, even more rambly than the other videos that I've been putting out recently, but it's very cool. I would recommend watching it. The link is in the description to the playlist here on YouTube, so you can watch it all. It does seem like maybe there's little bits and pieces missing here and there, because from one video to the next a few times it doesn't seem to flow that well. It seems a little bit choppy, but you get the gist of it. Well, I think we should just be thankful for the fact that this thing's even on YouTube at all, because I can't find it anywhere. I can't find a DVD. I can't find it in its entirety anywhere. This is it. This is what we've got. And this person 14 years ago found it and uploaded it to YouTube. Bless them. It's amazing. I'm really glad that they did. So anyway, yep, thanks for watching. I'll leave it there. Don't forget to hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so. I plan to upload more frequently now. I've got time now. Most of the house stuff in the new house is done. Little bits here and there, but nothing too time consuming. So I have more time for videos. So I'm going to be uploading more regularly. I plan to upload at least twice a week. So yeah, thanks for watching. This has been Beware the Q, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.